Hey guys, Gearheadbryan. If you're wanting to become a mechanic but you have no idea where to start, this video is going to save you years of frustration, time, and wasted money. And if I had to start all over and become a mechanic again, this is exactly what I would do differently to become one. Now, the number one reason that everyone becomes a mechanic is genuinely because they enjoy working on cars. They love being hands-on physically, and they can't really sit still in an office. This is typically always the route that everyone takes. Everyone just genuinely loves working on cars. They love it as a hobby, and they just can't think of a time of not working on a vehicle. So they're like, hey, something that's awesome, I'd rather work on it full time, you know? And that's honestly a very typical and understanding route to go down. But eventually, a lot of times that can be the actual downfall when it comes to being a mechanic. When you're a mechanic, you genuinely actually have to be in love with solving problems. That's genuinely our job. We have multiple different hats that we wear as a mechanic, whether it be diagnosing, AC or heating system, installing something basic like suspension, whether it's removing the interior or just something that's computerized and we have to figure out why a computer's not working. And it's a very complex job that takes a lot of skill and patience to learn because there's thousands of cars from different makes, different years. You have to keep up with it. So that's a big problem. Everyone becomes a mechanic because they like cars. They don't become a mechanic because they like solving problems. And genuinely, the mechanics that love solving problems are the ones that get far. It's never enough to just genuinely like working on cars because typically they're your cars. When you have to work on everybody else's piece of work cars, that's a headache, especially when everything goes wrong. When you're a mechanic working in the Rust Belt, you can count on a lot of things going south really quick, whether it's just something that's supposed to be a 5-minute job and it turns into a 5-hour job. That's just the life of being a mechanic. It's never just simple. Now, if you're still convinced that you want to become a mechanic, let me show you the different avenues and routes that you can take to become one. Now, become a mechanic, everyone gets it confused that you have to go to schooling to become a mechanic. That's the only way you're gonna be a good mechanic. That's not true, guys. I have multiple different routes as how I became a mechanic. Now, one of the avenues was schooling. I went to Lincoln Tech. It's an amazing school, and that's one of the avenues I took. Another avenue that I took to become a mechanic was learning hands-on. I had a 1988 Toyota Corolla when I first started becoming a mechanic, and it was my first car. The thing did not want to run, so I kind of had to learn a lot of the diagnosing things on this first car. And thankfully, I had a mentor. My dad was a really good mechanic, as well as my uncle, and they kind of told me some of the tips and tricks as I became a new, mechanic, automotive technician, and went the route of working on cars. So again, you do not need a lot of schooling. You just need a lot of experience. And I understand that becoming a mechanic, Brian, I want to become a mechanic, but I have no experience. Well, again, getting your hands dirty with a project car, or even what we used to do back then, especially my uncle taught me this and so did my dad, is going to the junkyard, working and taking apart a vehicle at the junkyard, and then practicing. So just practicing at the junkyard or on your own project car, or on your brothers or whoever's willing to let you work on your car, practicing and learning physically hands-on. It's the best way to gain experience when it comes to working on cars. And I know that's kind of counterintuitive. You're like, Brian, to work on cars and become a mechanic, I need to work on cars? Yes, it's kind of like everything. You're really not gonna learn how to become a mechanic by reading a book. You really need to be hands-on. You need to realize when things go south, how to diagnose this, how not to just throw parts at a car. That's one of the best avenues and best ways to learn on how to become a mechanic. Another avenue that I took to become a mechanic is learning from YouTube. And hey, you're learning from me right now, but the big thing that you want to realize is, hey, a ton of people made mistakes when becoming a mechanic. A ton of people actually showed how to disassemble this or how to rebuild an engine or whatever it may be. But YouTube has become a huge and amazing source on how to work on cars and teach you how to do it. There's just a lot of good guys out there trying to help you and guide you along the way. And the last avenue you can actually take is becoming an apprentice or even an automotive lube technician. Now, what I mean by that is a lot of the times you don't have an experience, you have a general idea of how to work on cars, but you don't have a lot of mechanic experience. A lot of automotive shops will actually seek out people who are just trying to start out, become an apprentice, and then work their way up to become a mechanic. A lot of places also do this with automotive lube technicians. Now, automotive lube technicians typically do oil changes, air filters, battery replacements, tire balancing and installations, and all the little fun small stuff. Now, you can become a lube technician with absolutely zero experience, and they'll actually teach you how to do these small things. And as you do this, you can actually work your way up. Maybe you start out as a lube technician at a dealer, and you might become a regular technician technician and start working on actual genuine cars. Again, there's different routes that you can take. There's not one bad way or one good way to do it. But again, if you're not trying to break the bank, you don't have to worry and think that, hey, I have to do schooling. I got to go broke for this. No, I went to schooling and it was awesome, but it's not the only avenue that you can take. There's too many beginner mechanics that I know that actually went to school and then a year later, or even during the program, they just quit and now they have a huge debt over their head. And it's generally because they thought they wanted to do it. And they also bought thousands of dollars of tools that they genuinely didn't need. So just some food for thought. Think of the best avenue that matches you and what you want to do. You don't have to spend a lot of money to become a mechanic, at least when it comes to learning being a mechanic. Now, after you've decided on which avenue you want to take on becoming a mechanic, the next hurdle that you're going to face is tools. The common mistake everyone makes is wasting so many money on unnecessary tools and branded tools. When you first start working at the mechanic shop, you're going to get a lot of old heads or mechanics there in general to be like, hey, the tool truck's coming by. You should hop on and get yourself some impact sockets or get yourself an impact gun. I know you need one, this and that. And they'll get you on the truck and they'll be like, wow, you could do a payment every week or every 2 weeks. And it's super affordable. Guys, you're gonna end up in 10K or more debt just in stupid tools that you could have probably just spent a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 at most, and you'll be avoiding all of that unnecessary debt that you're going to be in. Common mistake that every beginner makes is thinking that they have to have all of the tools or all of the basic tools they get from Snap-on or Matco, when in reality they could have gotten it from Harbor Freight, Home Depot, or even Amazon. And when it comes to working on cars nowadays, tools just got a lot more affordable than they were back then. Back then, Amazon and all the cool other brands weren't really competing as much. So you kind of were faced to get the tool truck stuff. Or, Harbor Freight was there back then, but it wasn't as prominent and refined as it is now. What I always recommend when you're becoming a mechanic is always get some cheap tools to start out with. When you realize what tools break or what tools you need, then you can go ahead and upgrade it. You can upgrade it to the Snap-on one if you want. Or you can just upgrade it to a DeWalt Milwaukee, whatever it may be. But you genuinely want to spend less money starting out, and then you'll realize quickly what you're borrowing from other mechanics, what you're breaking really quickly, and then you can upgrade it. Don't waste money on tool trucks. And speaking of money, there's multiple different ways that you can make money as a mechanic. The first way you can do it is by the common flat rate. You could also make money being hourly, which there's some shops that actually pay pretty good doing that, which makes it a more secure job. You don't have to worry, wow, I'm not gonna have enough for rent at the end of the week, especially if you didn't get a lot of cars coming into the shop that week. And the other avenue that you could actually take is becoming a mobile mechanic or even a shop mechanic, opening up your own shop and charging people accordingly, which can get a lot more complex. Now, becoming a mobile mechanic and shop mechanic can actually be pretty daunting, and especially if you have the wrong invoicing system, it can be a complete headache, which is actually the #1 problem I had when I started out as a mobile mechanic. When it comes to getting clients in and out, invoicing is super important. And unless you make that system super flawless, you're actually going to genuinely lose a lot of customers. You want to be super professional when you're being a mobile mechanic or even a shop mechanic, which is why I use something like Jobber. It's everything that I need to stay organized, and it helps me not only create invoices, but it schedules payments and helps me receive payments. It just makes everything a lot more seamless and makes it look a lot more professional to your customers. Super convenient to keep track of all your customers, all the invoices, and all the jobs that you have done, especially overall in the month. It's important to stay organized, guys, and whether you're out here in the streets being a mobile mechanic or in a shop, it's no different. Now, if you're interested in trying Jobber for yourself, I'll leave a link down below so you can do a free trial and see if Jobber is right for you. Thank you guys for supporting the brands that support me, Gearheadbryan. Now, for the most important question, if I were to start over and become a mechanic all over again, Brian, what is the route and avenue that I would take and do differently than all the other mechanics? Now, if I were to start all over, guys, the #1 thing that I would do is I generally don't need schooling. If we're just talking about affordability and trying to get into the mechanic field the best and cheapest way, all we're going to need to do is start out as an apprenticeship, even a lube technician, and again, going to the junkyard and practicing on your project cars or cars in general is the best avenue to take. You're going to learn a lot of bad things that happen. The best way to learn as a mechanic is through experience. It's through the nitty and gritty, through when a job doesn't go right, when it goes south, when the head gasket, you did the head gasket and the car still doesn't want to start, or if it's overheating or you didn't do it right. Experience is the best way to become a mechanic, and plus a lot of apprenticeships and even automotive lube technicians, sometimes they'll actually start you off with a couple of tools to help you get through it. Make sure you don't waste your money on stupid tool trucks. Start out with things like Harbor Freight, Amazon, Gear Wrench. Those types of tools are really going to get you far. Now, if you want to get better at working on cars or become a mechanic, be sure to subscribe. I post reels every single day on mechanic tips, tricks, and even tools. So if you're wanting to look at really cool game-changing tools, I post about those almost daily, as well as mechanic tips, tricks, and hacks. If you want to see a list of my top 10 tools that I think are game changers, be sure to click this video. Hope it helped.